71 years old. I just want to do boards for my friends and a board once in a while to put in the shop, you know. 2 hours is what I used to try. Nose on the bottom, it doesn't have to be as wide as a board that turns up because the whole bottom is, you know. Boards for myself when I lived in California without a label. Most boards back then when I first started surfing didn't have label. Greg Nolan and Jacobs and all those guys came up all together, I think, and Dewey right after them. And then it became popular. It was a way for surfers to make a living, is what it was, you know. And I was part of that group. You know, it'd be hard to say. I'm sure most evolution is positive and necessary, but I'm sure there's times that I was frustrated with all the shaping was being done on the top and the bottom was completely flat, you know. And we surf the bottom as much as we stand on the top, you know. So that was in the 70s. I mean, they got real flat, real edgy, you know. So, and nobody knew what they were going to ride. If you watch the surf contest, you can see all kinds of different types of boards out there. Well, yeah, when I see the shaping machine, some of the boards that you get to start with, yeah. But at this point in my career, if I do any kind of quantity of surfboards, I think the machine is probably the best way to go, you know, because when we were doing production, I did 8 a day, 5 a day, whatever. They weren't always the best you could do because you're doing so many and you had to do it or you didn't have a job, you know. And Ricky James came down from Jacksonville all the way to Miami and then back up, and we decided on Cocoa Beach. Seemed like it had the best waves and the best weather, considering Miami was nice, but it was more of a fun town, you know, to go out and have a few drinks and stuff. But in Jacksonville was too cold, you know, so this seemed like the right place.
How much longer do you think that you will shape surfboards?
I think until I can't, you know, who knows? Who knows how long he can do it? I mean, Reynolds Yater's still shaping. I'm sure he's probably, I don't know what he's doing, but he's probably doing machine shapes, you know, and he's got to be like 5 years older than me, so I figure 75, I'm going to hang it up completely. One of my first boards, I took him to a guy named Lyman in Torrance Beach, and he finished them for me, and I sold it almost right away. It wasn't because of my shape, it was because the finish was so good on it, you know. And he helped me shape, and Greg helped me shape. Lyman was telling me what I was doing wrong, you know, at the time, because I don't think Greg knew I was shaping. And then later on, Greg taught me to shape too. Kind of it's like the Model A that was made Surfboards Hawaii in the 60s, and it's with the down rail and the nose and the tail, and the rail line comes back up. That's our house, which hasn't changed a whole lot in 1,000 years. And these are some of the short boards I do. There it is. There's that sucker. And these are some of the little boards. I did quite a few little boards. I think that's pretty much over for me. My heart's in the classic longboard, you know. So, and I was doing balsa boards for a while, about 1 or 2 a year, and that's my grandson. I'm following him. He's a lot older now. He just turned 16.
Wow, that's a pretty unique shape here, this one.
Yeah, well, it looks more unique than because of the coloring changes it. But it's a wing-tail board, like Sean likes to ride on a shortboard, but he likes to ride the swallows, you know.
Right.
And this is a board that some of these are people send me back to me, you know what I mean, that I've made boards for. There's a balsa board I made for a girl I surfed with for a long time, Greta. And she has it now. She doesn't surf it, but she loves it. And that's that picture of me and Billy Everwine and Danny Dawson. God, I can't think of his name, but he lives in Colorado now. He went to Hawaii, moved to Hawaii, and never came back. Went to Colorado from there. There's me. And there's Danny Dawson, and there's Billy. And I can't tell who that is. These two guys, I know to see them, but I don't know them. These are some of the boards when I was still doing quite a few boards. I had some pictures taken of them. Actually, Greta took them. There's Greta. I surfed with her for about 10, 15 years, I guess.
Wow.
Here with this, the setup stringers that it was, I was pretty happy with it. I guess this is me out here in the little Florida wave.
What boards have you shaped?
About 30,000, I guess, maybe more. Not much more. Enough foam dust. But, you know, it's been a good run. I love what I do. just getting harder to do, that's all. Shaping and surfing are very important to me and my friends, through the years. I guess that's the most important thing. And my ex-wife, she's my best friend.